Hi, welcome to Mind Sutra. Today I'm very happy to have two guests on Mind Sutra podcast who will share their journey on opening their own chain of iced tea cafes. Born in a Bengali middle class family, Shubhamai grew up in Raipur, Chhattisgarh. At the age of 21 years, he finished his electronics engineering degree and joined Wellinger Business School to do his MBA in finance. While working as a consultant for Infosys, he started his business in food and beverage industry and created the brand of Bubble Rush. Presently, he is living in France after finishing his second master's degree in data science. Joining with him in his business was his batchmate Saurabh Gupta. He is an MBA in operations and a mechanical engineer. He loves to create things, though small, but in a great way. He loves to travel and explore new places. I'm intrigued by the concept of the cafe that you had started, and can you tell us the story behind it? How it all came in your mind, and how did you know your path is different?
Hi Mansi, thanks for having me on your podcast. And you can call me Dammy. It's whatever all of my friends they call me.
Sure.
And so talking about the cafe. So when we finished, as you know, like we all were together studying during our MBA, and after finishing, it was always an aspiration of me and two of my other friends to do something different. Like we were all obviously got good jobs and we were following a set career path, but still we had the spark to do something different. And then we decided, after throwing around with many different ideas, so we finally decided to start a brand of cafes called Bubble Rush. So the idea came to us during our travels to Europe. We were traveling, we were backpacking in the Eastern Europe.
Okay.
And in Budapest, we tasted a product called bubble tea for the first time, and we felt that it's something very, very delicious as well as innovative. So we wanted to bring it to India.
Wow.
And after coming back, we couldn't stop thinking about it. So we started gathering more and more information about how they prepare the thing and how the raw materials could be imported to India, because at that time all the stuff had to be imported from Taiwan.
Okay.
It was not available in India.
All right.
So it was a big challenge, but we pushed on, and like we learned a lot in the process, and we finally opened our own cafe in Pune in end of March 2017, and it was a very happy day for all of us.
Okay, that is awesome. So, did you have self-doubt during this time when you wanted to open this cafe, all three of you? So, did you have doubts that whether it will be success or not, or whether you had any fear of failure?
Of course, because we had never done anything like this, and me especially, I don't belong from a family who are into business, so it was a huge step for me.
Right.
So I had doubts like at every step, but I realized that if I didn't try it, and if I fail, it's okay. Of course, we all hope for the best, and we always try to look at the positive outcome. But I always felt that even if I fail, if I don't take the step and even give it a shot, I would later regret it always. That what would have happened if I had done it. And that's basically kind of a philosophy that I try to follow.
Okay.
That if I really want something, although it could be something difficult and at the moment it may feel quite challenging, but I still try to go through that because I don't want to live in regret. And that's kind of the same decision I took when I decided to move to Europe. So yeah, that's
Okay.
how I like to think.
That's amazing. So, despite having self-doubt and fear of failure, you followed your heart because you really wanted to do this. It aligned your soul's purpose at that time. Am I right?
Yeah, definitely. Because as I said, like at that time, we all wanted to have we had the drive to do something different and like try to implement an idea and see how it works. Because we all were learning and still very young, so it was a huge decision. I think it really helped all of us develop more as individuals, because the challenges that some of the things you always decide that you are going to take into account while taking a big step, but there are many things which we don't even realize that happens, and when you actually start, when you actually set the ball in motion, then you realize that there are lots of other factors which influences the outcome.
Right.
That's basically what happened with all of us, and it was really challenging, bit stressful, but as I said, that we were really ambitious and we had the energy to do it, and that's why we did it. So yeah, basically,
Right.
really, all of us enjoyed. Like that was a great experience.
Great, great
As
to
the
hear
results
that.
start to show,
So I want to ask you another question around it. That when you were starting it, there may be voices around you who doubted your ability, or out of concern, discouraged you to go ahead with it, because there is risk associated with any big thing when you start. So, were there any negative voices around you who tried to stop you from doing it?
yeah, I think there are always naysayers around you, because people who don't have the ability to imagine or to think about such things will always consider these things impossible, and they will always try to make you feel bad about taking a big risk or a decision. But personally, for me, if I have the support of some of my good friends and my family, I would do
Okay.
anything. So I was fortunate enough to have that. Like as I said, my family is not from a business background, but they were quite supportive. And same with my friends, my close friends, they were supportive of me and helped me a lot. I wouldn't say that we did everything by ourselves. I had a good support system, so that's very
Okay.
important.
That's good to hear it. And so going forward, you had mentioned prior to me that you had opened three franchisees of your cafe, right? So
Yeah.
the journey had been great, but did you face any sort of failures around it? And if yes, then how did you cope with it?
Yeah, there were like, I wouldn't say big failures as such, because everything happened very fast.
Okay.
So we faced setbacks and challenges more, because as I said like before, when we start doing something, we don't have a full account of how things are gonna pan out. We just have a vision and we have a goal that okay, this is what we are aiming for and this is how we will execute it. But as you start doing something, many different challenge, life throws a lot of challenges at you,
Yeah.
sometimes to deal with finances or like finding a good location for the, because we started looking for a place to open our cafe, and it took us a lot of time. And initially itself, like many people, I would believe, give up at that stage that no, this is impossible. Find a
Right.
good place and a good location and a good price which you can afford. But we kept on doing it, and it took us more than 3 or 4 months after we started, like we finally decided on. And there are many such things like finding suppliers, importing the first shipment from a foreign country. It's always difficult. So there were many setbacks, but we overcame it. Like once you have decided that you are going to do something, you cannot step back at every hurdle. Then there's no point of doing it. So
Right.
sometimes you have to push through.
Right, right. Very well said. So, along with your journey, you might have seen your peers doing the conventional route. They might be in the conventional jobs. So, did you get affected seeing them, or did you regret your choice of this unconventional route at that time?
I wouldn't say I regretted it. I questioned it at some points because, as I said, like there were moments when things were looking very difficult. Even like after the cafe started it, after our brand was established, but like the extra, it takes a lot of energy to run a business, and I think even to take a huge step,
Right.
people like try to stay in their comfort zone. So anything you try to do out of your comfort zone will take a lot of extra energy. And at some points we would think that we already were working. We all have had good jobs, and we were earning quite a decent amount more than we could spend, I would say.
Right.
And we thought that why do we need to do all this extra things? We could just relax, sit back, and have a good life. But that's the thing, like with my partners and my friends, we started on this journey because we all thought we all had the same drive and ambition. So that's very important. And because of that, like at some point, if some of us got a bit frustrated, there was always the other one to support each other.
Yes, so that brings me to my next question, which is an important one. What was the drive that kept you three going despite the challenges that you faced? What was that single key drive or motivation behind it?
I think cherishing your small victories and small successes is very important. It keeps you motivated.
Okay.
Like having your first customer, that's a big moment. Even though you don't know like how many more people are gonna come to your store, but still, like getting your customer for the first time, or when somebody really likes your product and they compliment, you can see like many kids, they started liking our cafe so much that they started coming every day, and we developed relationships with them. And slowly, all these small victories you have to enjoy, I think, because that really keeps you motivated.
Yes.
Of course, you always have the final goal in mind that okay, you want to grow bigger and bigger, but still, these small victories are also important because that's what motivation happens.
Yeah, that's very well said. And just hang on a second. I think Saurabh is also adding with us right now.
Okay.
Saurabh, can you hear us? Saurabh, can you hear us? Okay, so let me carry on with the next set of questions. So, okay, Saurabh is not able to hear us.
Okay. Initially, I also had the same problem with the connection. I don't know, maybe check if you have muted him by mistake or something would happen.
Okay, let me just check again. Saurabh, can you hear us? Okay, he's still trying. So let me carry on with my next question with you, and meanwhile he'll join. Yes, I think he has been muted. So, Dan, tell me. Yeah, Saurabh, are you here with me? Yes. So let me ask you another question, Saurabh. So, Danny just told me about the journey about your cafe and how you all opened 3 franchisees and what were the challenges you all faced. So, my next question is, my work, my own personal business involves dealing with limiting beliefs of client. So, how to transform the limiting beliefs so that one can be true to themselves and follow their heart. So, all 3 of you in your business might have overcome some sort of limiting belief that prevented you from going ahead. So, what was the limiting belief you all had, and how did you overcome it to start your own business?
The first thing that we faced was that we didn't have anything, no knowledge about the fact about the business, and we did not know where to start from, because the business that we started was very new. We hadn't seen this concept anywhere in India,
Right.
and we were unsure about that, and we were unsure about our capabilities as well, because we were working. We have always been in a job, and we had never started a venture before.
Right. Right.
So this were the particular limiting beliefs that we had, and I think most important thing which helped us to overcome was we were clear about the plans we had laid out, and we were clear whatever was to be done in order to start.
Okay. Okay. So taking action and planning and researching helped you overcome that limiting belief.
Yes.
Okay. So Danny also spoke a lot about following their drive and motivation to go ahead with their decision to start the business.
Yes.
So how did you listen to your intuition that you should start something? What was your drive, Saurabh, that motivated you to start your own business? How did you know that you should try something different from what usually others follow?
The most important thing that we thought of was to provide that experience to customers that we had when we were on that trip and we had bubble tea for the first time. So in order to make someone happy, that was a major motivating factor for me, especially.
Okay.
And added to this, what focused me on the idea was that it was something very exciting for us. I mean,
Right.
it appealed to us, and we were quite passionate about it, and that helped us.
Okay, okay. So that's very interesting. And eventually your cafe had to be closed down, the Pune branch specially.
Yeah.
So how are
Yes,
the
yes.
other two franchisee doing right now? And what was the reason it was closed down? And what did you learn from it?
The main reason it was closed down was because of the property rates that are quite high, and the second reason that I can say is that the concept is quite new. As when you see it in different countries, how it's going on, the adaptability of Indian customers was not that good that we felt here, and
Okay.
that is why we had to close down the Pune outlet. Another reason was that the location that we chose for the outlet was not did not have that our target customers nearby.
Okay,
So these are the two reasons that we had to close down the Pune outlet.
okay,
Other than that, we have in Jaipur that is working quite good, because
right.
the adaptability of the customers is quite good over there.
So that is still working?
Yeah, that is still working.
Okay, okay, that's amazing. That's awesome to hear. So, what I can sense from you, your both of your talk is that you don't regret opening the chains, right?
No, no.
So both of you, Danny, you here with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So both of you, by following your heart, didn't regret that path, no matter how many challenges you might have faced down the
No,
road.
never. Never. I do it 10 times over.
Oh, that is great. That is great to hear. So, if three things you wanna advise our listeners, who might be in a dilemma whether to follow their heart or not just in their profession, but generally in life, whether to follow their heart or not. So, what will you advise them? Three key things. First, Dami, can you share anything with us? Three key takeaways from your entire experience of opening this chain.
I think that the research is very important, that you have to do your research very thoroughly
Okay.
and also take advice from people who have already done that, whatever you are planning to do. That's also, that could help you understand many things which you might not have thought about by yourself.
Right. Okay.
And also, like, you have to take the risk at one point. So I would always, like, personally I have felt that taking a jump is the biggest challenge, but once you have taken the jump, after that you will figure things out, many things out by yourself. So you have to have faith and basically like go forward. And that if you have done your research and you are sure that okay, you have done enough on your part, you can't listen to the other people. You just go ahead and then you just like discover how things are going to be.
Right, right. And Saurabh, do you have anything else to add in?
Yes, yes. The first thing that I'd say is that be find something that appeals to you. Find something that you can find your passion in. The second thing is be clear about your goals. I mean, whatever you want to achieve, be clear or make small milestones in that. And the third thing I would say is don't be afraid of failure, because failures are gonna come.
Right.
But it should not stop you from starting it out, because I feel that starting is halfway over there.
Okay. Okay. Very insightful, both of you. So, what does future hold, like for both of you? You are now on different path. So, can you tell Dami what is future for you right now? How does it look?
Yeah, that's I would say a funny question, because what we are facing right now is something that's unprecedented, and we all of us have never faced this,
Yeah.
especially with the pandemic and everything. But I like I want to live in France. That's why I chose to come here and basically build a good life. And again, this was also a very big decision, I think, but still, I'm not very sure like how it's going to pan out. I have some, as Saurabh said, that okay, I have a vision of, I have a goal, how I want it to turn out, and that's what I'm working on right now. So that's it basically.
Right. And Saurabh, what about you? What are your plans for future?
Well, I've started this new venture into organic farming, so I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
In that.
So both of you again are on the path of following your heart still, right? So that's amazing to hear. So thank you so much for your wonderful insights. I would like to end this episode with a quote from Marie Forleo's book Everything is Figureoutable, that following your heart doesn't guarantee a pain-free life but a regret-free life for sure. So thank you so much guys for joining in, and good luck with your future endeavors.